I have been making fantasy maps for more than half a decade. I found 5 overlooked details that we can easily apply to level up our maps. Hello, my name is Murtazola. I'm a fantasy cartographer and world builder. I made tutorials about fantasy cartography. You can check them out here. But I also wanted to share with you a video that can help you instantly boost your skills by applying 5 overlooked details. Let's start with number 1. When making a map, consider the size and ratio of your paper or canvas if you're working digitally or if you're painting it. Why? Because there are a few reasons behind this. The first one being balancing the scale and detail levels. For example, if you want to make a world map, but you start working on an A4 paper, you will realize you have to be very minimalist, otherwise you cannot fit the world in it. If you start mapping your world on an A2 paper, but you actually don't have enough details to fit in there, then it will look empty, or you will need to draw everything in very, very big sizes. It balances the detail, but everything is big. And when it comes to the ratio, there are also some benefits for considering it. For example, if you already know the size of your book or your tabletop game, the packaging of it, knowing the size and ratio of it can help you apply the same ratio or a multiplied version of it to your map. So you can potentially end up with a map that folds and fits perfectly in the book or in the box.
It fits perfect!
So this might be very helpful. Or let's say you have an idea for a future update on your map. You can make a ratio, you can start, and then we'll have the space for doing that upgrade. So knowing those ratios, considering it upfront is very beneficial. That might potentially save your map. The second overlooked detail is using a variety of labels and roads. This could be considered as 2 details, but I'm combining it because the idea is the same. For example, when we look at this map, we have different types of font and styles, like colors. For example, these ones have only the capital in the first letter. These are fully written in capital letters. They have different colors and different fonts. And same thing goes for the roads. Different kind of roads are used for different things. These little changes can help you apply more information and make a more readable map for the viewer. Here is another example, map of Bosco. This one is a different font. This one is a different font. And there is a font that I use in the rest of the map. But what I'm also doing is I'm changing the colors, I'm changing the outlines, and automatically when you observe it a little bit, you understand that, okay, this color, it is only applied to lakes and forests. If it is white, and if it's all capital like this, it is only applied to settlements. Here. If it is like curved and black with a brown outline, it means it's a mountain range.
That's what she said.
So these kind of variations, not only just the font, but also the sizes, colors, and styles can help make a more readable map, especially when the viewer observes it for a little and realizes that there is a system behind your labels. And the same goes for the roads.
Gentlemen, I am inspired to...
For example, I can potentially make this road bigger or a different style, indicating that something is different about that road. It can be like a more main road, more crowded road. For example, I can make another road smaller like this. Maybe this is a secret path. Maybe this is a quick cut. Now here is a railroad. These changes can quickly bring another level to your maps without spending years practicing map making. This was number 2. The third overlooked detail is something I love, using a secondary map within another map. This map, for example, has it. This one is actually a secondary map. It is the map of this island actually, but like maybe 10 times bigger. Now I can see more details about the place. If I needed it, I could put more things, like more points of interest, more challenges, etc. So having a secondary map within a map might be very handy. You can show many more details and make the map look much more cool. And it's very practical. For the fourth overlooked detail, I'm going to show you my work in progress map for my first novel. Don't judge it yet, it's not finished. Here we go. Measuring distances or considering distances between settlements or from settlements to your point of interests. Especially if you already have some plot in your mind and you know how much time it will take from one place to another. And even if you don't know it, when you look at the real world, especially in history, there is an estimatable distance between cities, towns, and villages It doesn't go, here is one city, the next city is 500 kilometers away. There is no such thing. You can, of course, have exceptions. It will help you achieve a more unique world. But for the majority, applying this detail will help you achieve a more realistic map and plot your stories later on. The fifth overlook to detail might be more challenging, but you can still handle it with just a little bit of practice. What is it? Having a border or compass that has a relation to your story or world. For example, in this map from a commission years ago, this compass and the corners of the border actually has a relation to the story. Another example. This is my final map, recently finished. So the border here being leaves that are like drying has a relation to the world actually, because this, in the setting of this world, the world is dying. When we look back at this One Piece map, we also now have these tokens. You can also put places here like settlements, like some drawings that shows how the locations on your map look like, and it will make your map look much cooler, much more professional. And let me show you another example from one of my favorite cartographers. Look at this map from Inkarnate maps. They have a secondary map. They have a customized border that shows the monsters, the signs. This is extremely cool. I am literally in love with this map. To be honest, the border is much better than what the map has. It's a cool border. Now that you have seen some borders that are very detailed or little detailed, but all related to the story, I think you can easily see how it could benefit your maps. And you can start small, depending on your level. You can go minimal or you can go crazy, and it will help you level up your mapping. And now I'm gonna share one final bonus tip that I'm also trying to get better at. Post-production, post-editing, after edits, whatever you call it, all right? Basically touching the map, the colors, and adding some effects, etc. to polish it. So for example, this is the original map, and this is after I touch it. Just kidding. This is the original one, this is the remake one. Okay. Anyway, let me show you the actual one. Here is after the effects. It might not look like the big difference. I'm not really on an expert level, but even these little marks, the adjustments on the color, edit, burn edges on the corners, they have a nice impact on the map. I want to get even better at the after edits. I think it's going to help us level up very nicely. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're interested in learning fantasy map making with Wonderdraft, I have tutorials for you. Take a look at them, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye.